Hello guys, going to be breaking down the Monday Draftkings NBA slate for October 25th. We got 9 games here. I know this is kind of early probably for the usual time that I do post my videos, but I decided to play FanDuel today and I just couldn't really handle it playing 2 sites, and with the MB news, just not knowing how I should handle the percentages, I ran out of time. So I don't know if it's going to be a good night. Probably not. Hopefully the guys that, the optimizers that I use, that it basically gave me a lot of, hopefully they do well. But definitely the percentages, I did not play enough of the guys that I wanted, and I played too much of some of the guys that I didn't. So that's why I am deciding to look ahead now for this Monday slate. Now, hopefully you guys obviously do better than me. Maybe I'm paying the rate today for you guys. You can thank me later. So for the Monday slate, we got 2 4 p.m. games. The first one, Boston at Charlotte. So both games are on a back-to-back. This is the second leg. Jaylen Brown the coach did say that this is more likely just a rest game on Sunday, so he's going to be available for Monday. That's going to make Tatum and Jaylen both just kind of secondary plays. Nothing really stands out, but there are a lot of games that when teams play Charlotte, they just become high scoring. So it could definitely be a sneaky tournament play. They should be low on because people are very aware of teams that are on back-to-backs. So with everyone pretty much going to be healthy in this one, there's really nothing that stands out here. Now for Charlotte, so Terry Rozier, he was out, he's questionable, or he was questionable, so maybe they just held him out for the Sunday game. But I know Miles Bridges had a very good game. This is on the earlier game on Sunday for the showdown. So Miles Bridges, 7,100, probably not going to be going there. LaMelo, 7,800. If Rozier were to miss again, he's going to be in play. Gordon Hayward, of course. Kelly Oubre, just all these guys, they can definitely be worth the shot in tournaments. But again, nothing stands out. Now for Milwaukee and Indy, this is where some plays do stand out. So Drew Holiday is doubtful. Brook Lopez, DiVincenzo still both out. Bobby Portis is going to be back for this game, but we don't know if he's going to be limited or not. Now, because this is going to be his first game back, I'm not sure if he's going to play his regular minutes. I'm also not sure if he's going to just be in the starting lineup right away. So, regardless, though, I do think he makes for still a very good play at 4,300. He has dual position eligibility. When you take out one of the main Bucks guys, this really does help Portis. Even though Giannis is still in there, you do have Brook Lopez out, so there's still going to be some bumps for Portis just across the minutes. Hopefully, he's not too limited, and also just the usage with Drew out. So I think Portis looks to be really good. And then Middleton and Giannis, both of them are going to be phenomenal. When you take out Drew, we've seen this happen the entire time now, back when Bledsoe was with the Bucks. So you just play the guys who are available. And Giannis, even though there is a very good rim protector on the other side of Miles Turner, it's still Giannis. He's basically matchup proof. If you're not able to get Giannis, or you're kind of scared about Miles Turner, which you shouldn't be, then you can go with Chris Middleton. You can do that same pivot that I mentioned last time, how you don't want to pay for Giannis, go with Middleton, and you pay out for like Luka. It worked out last time, but Paul George was the guy to pay out for. So I would say you can definitely play both of these guys. They should be really popular on this slate, but it's for good reason. And then on the indie side, so these stars are just playing big minutes pretty much every game. They've been in a lot of overtimes though, so that's kind of the reason. But even if there's no overtime, they've been playing really heavy minutes. So they're going to be in play, especially because they're playing the Bucks. If this game's going to be close, they're going to need their main guys to really have good games. So we're not going to have Chris Duarte as a value play. He is finally priced up, but 5,400. I mean, I don't really want to play him, but this is a matchup again where the Bucks do a lot of threes. So Duarte, Jeremy Lamb, someone like that can definitely go off, but just doesn't feel that great right now because of their prices. So Pacers side, it's a little bit tougher for me to get there. Now for the Pistons and the Hawks, the Pistons side, Jeremy Grant, he had a really good start, and then he just basically did nothing in the second half. So and that sucks, but his price is 6,300. It is a little bit cheap here. He's probably going to see some tough defenders though, in DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish. So not the best part, or not the best spot, but again, the Hawks are the better team. So anytime that you do have the underdog, they probably will have to. Some of the players will have to have good games for it to be close. So Jeremy Grant would probably be my third option out of the bunch, but the Pistons just, if they're all healthy, it's kind of tough to get to anyone here. Now the Hawks side, so I think there's some appealing plays here in Capella and John Collins. I prefer John Collins, but that is because Capella might still be on a minutes limit, and um, John Collins at 6,400, someone who has a lot more offensive ability than Capella. He has PF eligibility. You got Trae Young setting him up. He's just, I think John Collins is way too cheap. He should be above 7K in this one, even though most of them are healthy. We have to monitor though about Danilo Gallinari, 4,600. He's been out. If he were to miss again, that's going to help solidify Collins' minutes. And I would have to mention too, for Collins' minutes, so this was the first game. He played 30 minutes, and the last 331 was due to blowout, so he didn't get there. He would have played 33. And then the last game, he got into foul trouble. Here, he had 3 fouls, missed the last 302. And then the third quarter, he got his fourth foul in 40 seconds. So he did play the entire fourth, but that was because obviously he sat for pretty much the entire third. So if you just do some quick maths, he would have played an extra 3 minutes. You're looking at first quarter stint playing 9 minutes. So you add 9 with the 3, he gets another 12 minutes. But say that he does only play a 9 minute stint, you're probably seeing him miss the first 3 minutes of the fourth at least. So maybe you can see him get to like 33 minutes, 34. And at that point, that I think he's just an absolute great play here. So really like him at that price. And then everyone else, though, just with the guards, they're all healthy, so nothing that I'm going to be interested in. Now for the Wizards, Bradley Beal questionable, but he is expected to play, so that's going to be just lowering the interests for Dinwiddie and Kuzma, as well as all of the other guys. Like maybe you were playing like Raul Neto, he was a good value one day, but yeah, just when you put in Beal back into this team, it just changes everything. It's a good match against the Nets, but I just don't think that they're going to be appealing plays because of the price points now. Now, the Nets side, they're on a back-to-back. They rested Blake Griffin. They probably going to rest like LaMarcus Aldridge now and let Blake start or something like that. So, at Blake's price at 5K, not a must. I think it's okay because this is the Wizards. Both of these teams don't have the best defense. Should be high scoring. KD and James Harden, they could potentially rest one of these guys, but it is early on in the season. But who knows? Like they're already resting Blake. So if one of these guys were to rest, then there's your obvious chalk pay up option for the slate. So I like Durant, I like Harden. I know they're struggling right now, but there's they're two of the best players in the NBA. So they're gonna get it going at some point, especially Harden. Now the Magic and the Heat. The Magic are on a back-to-back. Cole Anthony right now is having a monster game at halftime. He's already up to like close to 40 DK points or something. So he's going off, but anytime that I see a team going up against the Heat and then away, it's very tough. Even if Kyle Lowry were to miss, just the Heat played really good defense. They play slow. It's tough for anyone to get there when they're playing them. And also the Magic side, they play a lot of bodies. They basically have multiple guys that can handle the ball. So any guy can go off on any given game, and it's just really hard to predict who is going to. And then Bama and Wendell, like they're sharing minutes. They're starting alongside each other. It just hurts both of their rebounding upside. Now onto the Heat. So if Kyle Lowry would have missed, they kind of price these guys up with Butler, Bam, and Hero, but I would still think they're going to be in play. They're not going to really stand out this time around because there are more games on the slate, but I would say they're still quality plays and you're going to get them at lower ownership, so I don't hate it at all. Now for the Bulls and the Raptors, this is going to be a tough spot for the Raptors, but if this game's going to stay close, the Raptors do have some intriguing plays. For the Bulls side, Vooch is priced up at 9K, Levine at 8,400. Like these guys all have upside, but it's just tough to get there because they don't stand out. Like you might have other players on other teams that will have like a teammate that's hurt, or you're gonna get value. It's gonna bump up the starters. So you don't really have that here, and it's just gonna be tough to get to any of these main Bull starters. And then Caruso, he could be a value, but he's not in the 3Ks anymore. He can still get there, but it just doesn't really stand out. You're probably gonna have better value on a big slate like this. Now for the Raptors, so I'm going to start off with OG Anunoby, 6,300. He had 32 Draftkings points in the second quarter with like 3 minutes left, but he got into foul trouble, and when he came back in the second half, he basically did nothing until the fourth quarter with a minute left. He had an assist and he made a three, so he finished with 37 Draftkings points. that's just not going to happen again. Like you're not going to see OG turn into Tony Snell magically during halftime, and then he just does nothing in the second quarter. And so I think OG is going to be a good play. This is a tough matchup, but if the Raptors are going to be in this game, it's going to be because of OG, Van Vliet, Barnes. So I like all three of these guys. I would prefer OG greatly over Barnes. Now Van Vliet, he's going to deal with better defense than Lonzo. OG 6,300. I think that's still too cheap, and you're going to have him probably priced like in the mid 7Ks later on this season because this guy's going to break out. So get him cheap while you can. Tough matchup, I know, but ownership probably not going to be too high. At least I think so. Now on to the next game. So the Pelicans and the Wolves. Again, just another one of those rematches. These guys are kind of priced up this time around, but I would say they're still all in play, especially NAW. He got like I think almost like 25 DK points in the first quarter last game, and he shot 6 of 24. Like he's not gonna get 14 rebounds again, but he is a solid contributor across the board. So maybe with a lower rebounding game, he makes up for it with the assist and the stocks, and he just shoots a little bit better. And at 6,700, that's just too cheap. He should also be above 7K. So I like NAW. The Wolves, again, they're not a good team, or at least not good defensively. So I like NAW quite a bit. And then Devontae Graham, if you're not going to him, I mean, just another player that shot horribly. Like, if these guards just shot a little better, they're gonna win. They're winning this game. And Graham doesn't do so much with the peripherals as NAW, but Graham is a lot cheaper, and he definitely has upside. If he's able to knock down his shots, he's going to put up a tournament-winning game. So Graham, I'm definitely gonna have, or you should have him in your pool. And then with Joval and Ingram, like they're fine, but their prices like they don't really stand out. Joval could get in foul trouble dealing with Towns. Ingram, like he just has a low floor for a guy that's priced like this. Now the Minnesota side, so Towns actually fouled out last game, and I think he's gonna be a good play here. He is under 10K. Joval, not the best defender. I think he's probably gonna be a little bit lower owned because it is a bigger slate. Towns has as much as upside as anyone, so he should be in your pool. D'Lo, 7,300. He should as well because he has upside if he's able to catch fire from the 3-point line. And yeah, I just don't really want to chase like Vanderbilt and Beverly. I think both of them had good games, so rather gonna be sticking with the main guys. Now Cleveland at Denver. So Darius Garland is questionable. If he were to miss, that's gonna make me like Colin Sexton because 6,700 is too cheap. They are starting a lot of dudes who just don't really handle the ball, like Ricky Rubio. He's been really good. He would be in my pool as well, but Sexton has a lot more scoring upside. So I'm not sure if I would just say I prefer Sexton because Rubio does a lot more peripherals, but you should definitely consider both of them in your pool. Mobley's been excellent. Jared Allen should be dealing with Jokic, so Mobley should be able to stay away from having to deal with Jokic, but 7,200, he's been really good. I think he's fine, but Denver, not like the most appealing spot. Now, yeah, I would just say you gotta wait on the Garland news and then determine what to do next. For Denver, Jokic 11K. Cleveland has a lot of bigs, but it's still Jokic. Again, just another matchup-proof player, so he's gonna always be in play. Michael Porter Jr. though, this guy, I might have him in my article for tomorrow. At 6K, he had a down game last time. He got into foul trouble. If I could find Denver, should be somewhere here. I believe he got into foul trouble in the third. Third quarter, he had 4 fouls here. So he would have played more minutes, and then probably getting at least into the 30s. Jokic was able to play close to 34, so I expect Porter to definitely get a lot more minutes in this one if he's able to stay out of foul trouble. And he's usually a very high field goal kind of guy, so he should shoot better. He's a good rebounder, so this game is just an outlier as a down game. Cleveland should be a good matchup for him. He just seems too cheap at 6K, so he's going to be a tournament option for me. And yeah, just kind of focused on Porter. I think he's going to be lower on than he should be. Barnes has been really good, but if I'm on Porter, then it's obviously always going to get his. So I don't want to be playing like Barnes, Gordon, and Morris as well then. Now the last game, Portland at LAC. So I just got news that Ibaka is out. So we'll talk about Portland first. I think Dame Lillard is going to be a good play here. The Clippers, they probably will have some Terrence Mann defense on him, but I mean, that's not scary. Like, Mann's a good defender, but he's still really young. He's still developing. And they don't have Pat Bev, whatever you think about him. They just don't really have good defense. The same kind of defensive team that the Clippers are because they are missing Kawhi. So I like Lillard. I think this could be finally the game that he does go off. His price is down now. He hasn't shot the best. He should be able to contribute more with the rebounds. He not known for his defense, but maybe get a steal or two. That's certainly going to help. And it could be one of those duels with Lillard with first choice. So I like Lillard quite a bit. Nurk is fine at 7K. Norman Powell is out, so we're gonna have to watch if they start like Nasir Little. If they do, that's gonna bump up all the other stars on this team. So that should just make Lillard even a better play. Now for the Clippers side, so no Ibaka, Zubac is gonna have his minutes solidified, but you're probably gonna see Marcus Morris close, and they'll go with another forward in there like Batum or Mann or Kennard if he's able to shoot well. So yeah, I think that you definitely are going to go to Paul George, 10.1K, 5 digits now for his price. I think he's still in play. This is a good matchup. Rocco, a good defender, but he's a better off-ball defender than he is on-ball, so no really worries about George, but it's going to depend on slate. Like, if you do have some injuries, you're probably going to be trying to prioritize other guys, but George very much in play. Reggie Jackson, Bledsoe, they're fine, but it's just kind of weird seeing them priced this high. Marcus Morris at 4.9, like, he's probably gonna have a good game at some point. It just there's more usage, more shots, and I think it's just gonna it's bound to happen that Morris puts up like 30, 40 DK points. So looking at the slate the night before, I would say that you're gonna have to start out Giannis with Drew Holiday doubtful, and then you're gonna be picking his buddy Bobby Portis. Now this depends on his minutes, so please do keep in mind, monitor what the news is going to be for him. And then John Collins looks to be a really good play, just way too cheap. And then for a guard option, I'm going to go to this game. Should be very good. NAW just needs to shoot better, and he's going to be able to absolutely return huge value on this price tag. And then if I could give you probably like a mid-range kind of guy for maybe like forward, yeah, it's going to be OG then. Possibly could be MPJ, but I'll lean OG because I think there's a lot more upside because it's just Van Vliet, whereas you have Porter sharing the ball alongside a dominant guy in Jokic, Will Barton, Monte Morris all can handle the ball. So I'm gonna go with OG even though he is in a tougher matchup. But there's a ton of upside in this lineup. That's gonna be the core 5 for right now. So again, as usual, I will be doing an article. It's totally free. Please check it out. I'll post it. I'll pin it in the comments down below for this video. So I'll get that out to you guys sometime tonight. So yeah, just thank you guys for watching. Continue supporting me. On Twitter, you can find my Twitter at wlin018. Link is in the description. So article, watch my videos, all of that. I really do appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching. I will be back next week for more of these videos, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And good luck this week on NBA DFS, and I will see you next week.